I had one time where there was a mother of the bride, and she really was very particular about her look that she wanted. And I tried to advise, like, hey, given the wedding colors and stuff like that, I maybe wouldn't suggest like this bright purple eyeliner. I don't think it's going to look amazing. She wanted that with like a heavy smoky eye. It was really intense. And given she was 80 something years old, I was trying to just advise that that might not be the best. But at the end of the day, it's what she wants to look like. So I'm going to do it. So I do it. And she ends up like completely freaking out on me and telling me like she's never looked worse. There's no way I'm a professional. There's no way that I should be doing any makeup services on anybody ever because clearly I don't know what I'm doing. Because when she meant a smoky eye, apparently she just meant like a little bit of brown in the crease. Like she didn't mean like a full smoky eye. So she goes to the bathroom and she washes it all off. And I offer to do it again because I care. That's one thing about me is I am a people pleaser. And a lot of people will comment on my videos and be like, I can't believe like after somebody was so rude to you, you still continue to be nice because I don't know, to me, there are a lot of emotions that are happening on a wedding day. And I try to be really like sympathetic of people's situations. And it could just be my idea of something was different than theirs. And let me try to fix that. It happens. So anyway, she goes to the bathroom. She comes back. I offer to fix it. And she's pretty much just like, no, you've done enough. I'm going to do it myself. And like kind of not shoves, but just like forcefully pushes me out of the way with her elbow to get
No.
around me because I was kind of next to a vanity area. And
Hmm.
so she wanted access to the vanity so she could do it herself. So
Yeah.
she sits down, grabs her eyeliner, pencil, or whatever, and starts going to town and stabs herself in the eye. And of course, that's my fault. So
Oh,
she is livid. She is freaking out. Basically, like, I ruined her daughter's big day. She can't believe I would do something like this to her. And she's just like so upset. And the bride is mortified. She's like, no, this is not Kendra's fault. It's totally okay. We will get it fixed. Everything will be fine. It's not Kendra's fault that you went and took off your makeup and then poked yourself in the eye. And it was just this huge blowout. Everybody's trying to calm her down and she's just not having it. And finally, she ends up just leaving and doing her makeup like at her house, which was up the street. She was like, I'm just going to go home and do it myself. And she ends up coming back when I'm leaving. And I mean, she looked fine, like she did a good job. And so I apologized again as I was leaving, just saying, like, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to do what you were looking for today. And she just cursed me out. It was just like, just get out of my face. And I was like, okay, have a great day. And she's like, yeah, no thanks to you. Okay. And I get in my car and immediately cry and call my mom because what do you do
oh,
when you're 23 years old and having some lady scream at you because she poked herself in the eye?
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. It's like I get what you're saying too. It's like I get those comments too in skits where people are like, that person was way too nice. But it's also like when you're being a professional too, you don't want to just go off on that person and,
Yeah,
because you're still trying to be like kind about it and you don't want to make the day worse. It's so hard in those situations.
it's really hard because you have to, it's a really big balancing act that I think that people don't realize, like wedding vendors, not just makeup artists, but wedding vendors have where you do have to have some sort of boundary that you're setting where it's like, hey, I'm here, but I'm here doing a job. I'm not here like I'm your buddy, like hanging out, doing whatever. You could talk to me any sort of way, which we shouldn't be talking to our friends rudely like that
Mhm.
anyways. But especially to me, there is that like client professional line that needs to be kept while still having fun. But I feel like there is this hard balance of trying to keep that while also providing like good service and trying to de-escalate situations without somehow bringing the focus all on yourself as a vendor. It's
Mhm.
really about just keeping the vibes light and trying to just smooth everything over. And it is really hard. And it's, like I said, not just even makeup artists. I've seen like DJs have to like calm everybody down because they accidentally played the wrong version of a song or something. It's hard and mistakes happen, even if it's not always the professional's mistake. And trying to just keep the vibes fun and keep the day going is
Yeah.
it's hard as a vendor sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, especially when you say like emotions are high and if it
Yes.
just keeps going, it could just keep getting worse. So like I think you did what you had to do in that point is just be like, girl, you do your thing because
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't, there's no fixing someone like that. Someone like that's just gonna
Yeah.
be angry and find stuff to be angry about.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next part I want to talk about wedding hot takes. So I've been asking people on Instagram to share different unpopular opinions, or they're kind of, I don't know, I guess hot takes we would call it.
Yeah.
So here are some things that people shared. Okay, this person said, plus ones. Why do you have a bunch of people you don't know at your wedding? My wedding isn't a free date. So, what's your take on this, and what side do you tend to fall on?
I think that really comes to, I have to take into perspective like the type of wedding that it is and the type of bride or person that's getting married it is. Because for me, I actually had a really small wedding. I had a very, very small wedding myself. We only had like 50 people there. So when it comes to limited space and limited food and things like that, like there's only so many plates of food. Do I really want my random cousin to bring some person that they've been dating for a week? Maybe not, just because it is so limited and I would rather it be like closer friends and family. But that's just me. I think that it really depends on the person that is getting married to say, like, hey, I'm having this shoot. There's already going to be 300 people there. Bring your neighbor. What does it matter? So I think it just depends on who it is and their comfort level with that, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Because we had like 140 or something. And for the most part, everyone had a significant other that was being invited. But if it was someone, yeah, like just bring a random plus one or like a
Yeah.
cousin that's like 15 years old, I'm like, you don't really need to fly and bring your girlfriend. You're going to be coming with your parents and
Right.
siblings.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
think it's definitely
yeah,
like a case by case basis, but I can see where it would be irritating for some people where it's like you are putting so much money into weddings and for somebody to be there that doesn't one probably even want to be there because I know that there's times where people are plus ones to weddings and they're like, I don't know, my boyfriend made me come and I guess I'm here. I don't know. It's like, do you want that energy at your wedding? Do you care if that's energy that's at your wedding? Or is it just I'm just so happy I'm getting married that I don't care who's there.
right.
So that's where I'm like, I think it kind of depends, but I can see kind of both sides where it would be irritating to some, but other people would just be like, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, this next one, engagement parties seem unnecessary when you have a bridal shower as well.
So I did not do an engagement party myself personally. I think that was my perspective too. Being that I was having a smaller wedding, is that I was like, if I do an engagement party and then I do a bridal shower, like I kind of just did like a repeat party. I think that comes down to, again, and I don't mean to be a broken record, just kind of the type of person that's getting married. Is it very traditional in their culture to do engagement parties where that's like super important to them? Or is it just like, hey, I have been saving for this my entire life. I want to do all the things. I want to do the engagement party. I want to do the bridal shower. I want to do the bachelorette. Like, I want to do everything. I think that it does kind of just come down to the type of person that's getting married and what their expectations of their wedding is. But I think that it is, to me, if it's not something that you've always dreamed of doing, or if it's not something that you've always like planned on budget wise, it's not necessary, I would say. I wouldn't say that it's something that, oh, great, I have to do this engagement party now. And now I'm cutting into my funds that I could be using to maybe get my favorite photographer for the wedding or something. Like, I think
Yes.
that budget comes in mind with those things. And I don't know. I don't think that it's fully necessary unless it's something that you've always planned on or that maybe somebody is going to throw for you. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It does seem like one event after another, especially if your actual proposal was kind of an event or like a surprise little thing,
Yeah,
then
I can
why
see that
spend more
too.
money for a party?
Yeah, I can see that too. I
Yeah.
think that for sure, if there was a proposal where it was like a big celebration, yeah, isn't that like your engagement party? But yeah, I can see where different cultures would maybe do different things, or just my family has always done it this way, so that's how we do it type of thing. So,
Yeah. There's a couple stories that people have submitted to me where the mother-in-law really wants an engagement party and she wants to like host it. And the bride's like not about that extra attention. So that's where I'm like, you gotta stick to what's
yeah, I think
comfortable with.
that, yeah, if it's not something you want to do, don't do it.